My name is Lerato, and I would like to call up on our mini stage Mr. Dlamini. Dlamini, if you could just join me. I know we're not supposed to touch, but I'm just going to grab this so I can sit down.
Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? Fine, fine.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dlamini. Colleagues, I've got here Dlamini. And I hope we'll still cover the time, and I understand that we've got 20 minutes for this conversation. Mr. Dlamini has an incubation hub which he has established, and he provides support and infrastructure to new and upcoming companies. And we brought him here today. I hope you don't mind. We brought him here today primarily to focus on what he can do to assist small businesses. But as we all here are companies operating within the security industry, we brought him in just to understand how we can benefit from a business perspective from establishing our own incubation hubs, either jointly as a collaborative or individually as individual companies. Because this is a very important conversation, because as Aske has earlier said, in terms of we need to empower companies, but how do we do it? Because it's not a matter of just giving a person bread. You know, you have to teach them how to bake. You have to teach people how to fish. And what does that mean? So Dlamini is joining us here today to be able to discuss and unpack what his incubation hub looks like and what it entails for small businesses. But of course, guys, we want to know how to make money. Again. That's true, guys. Let's not be shy. We want to know how to make money. So he must educate us how he has saved in terms of his tax by establishing the incubation hub and indirectly then benefiting himself as top 10 security. Colleagues, can I have a better round of applause for Dlamini? Dlamini, please just give us introduction into what Top 10 does, more specifically into the incubation hub.
Okay, thank you very much. First, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Vusi Dlamini. I'm one of the founders of TAPSOSA when it was launched firstly, but unfortunately I excused myself through to other health reasons. I think since after the conference which we had at Beachwood Hotel, it's my first time I came to join you guys here. And I'm feeling very proud and very happy when people are still carrying this sweat forward, which I think it was established in the form of helping our black companies in this country. Right, shortly, the lady have said 2014, I met one of the members of parliament. I spoke with him. He just said to me, Norman, it seems he actually in our office, he saw our certificates from ICASA and other entities. What do you call this one for training? SASITA. He said, no, Dlamini, I think you are within the CBD here. There are many security companies which are betting so much. Why can't you not register a separate entity and do a sort of an incubation? I couldn't understand about incubation, what is that? But we had a lot of time, me and him. He educated me, taught me avenues to follow and what I will be doing to the small growing organization. Then we registered as known as top 10 enterprise development. We do have that particular accreditation number for us to execute that. We do have a number again from SARS as a compliance for us. When we incubate a certain individual, we have to declare and we have to show them all through our accountant the funds which have been used for that particular small growing organization. So this incubation thing, guys, I think those who are well established, we can register it, and so that we can manage to help other companies, because we can see, guys, black people who are black serious like me, things are not good outside there. Some they register their security companies and again hang that certificate. You'll be paying it monthly without having a single contract. Some you got a contract, a construction contract, which does not even need compliance. You don't have a vehicle, you don't have a weapon, they need you to cut the copper there at night in a construction company. Then you fail whom to approach, or even if you approach somebody who does not have that particular allowance to borrow your firearm and so forth. Our company, through that compliance certificate from incubation, we are allowed even 100 guns. We can, it is being done as if now we do have a certain joint venture. Then we are allowed to offer you anything else so that you manage to fulfill that particular contract. In other way around, those who approaches us, those who maybe we identify, finding out that you don't even have a single contract, we help you again by shaping up your marketing strategy. When you get business, we will make it a point that we give you aid. Some people, they get contract, they don't have any equipment. Some, we do have contracts. That's one which you might say, I know Mvelase. He's a hard-working somebody. He has been suffering for so many years. We can subcontract you, and on that particular deal, there are two. You might use your own uniform. If we have already approached the client that this is what, through these papers, we are empowering company number 2 to that contract and that contract. They will be getting 30%. I think the revenue needs you to not to exceed above 30%. Because if you exceed, then it might be not be a minor company. It will be, I don't know what I would call it in English, SQ something like that. Yeah. So that is what we are doing there. So my advice to you, comrades, is that please, I know some of the guys here. I think what you can do, let us try again. Together can do more. Let us minimize those guys who are registered in the security companies and again fail to get anything. But I think this is a backbone, this organization, this, what do you call it, not an organization, this society, what do you call it, man?
The association.
Yeah, this association. It's a backbone. I think as the letter there said, please, one of us must try to bring 10. I think I brought one only today. Next time I'll bring 7 or 10.
Thank you.
Because our people, they are supposed to be taught. Together can do more, guys. Our people are supposed to be directed correctly. This industry is one of the biggest industries now here in South Africa. Previously it was the mines, but mines have been closed. 40% of them, they are not functioning at all. But the security industry, everywhere you go, Even those who are fly by night, you should know your brother does a fly by night. Bring him here so that he can get registered, so that he can pay to the revenue again. He mustn't operate under the sea there, because guys, it is very wrong, because we are paying. And you can see the policies are very bad, which I'm quite sure that Tapsosa, you guys will be on top of it. The president Ngamazi, and I think President, I can even kick the ball. My leg is quite good now. I'll be driving, coming to meet you guys, because this industry is very vast, and the paying part of it, it's black people. It's rare for you to see a group of abelungu bengomantshingelana. Industry yethu abantu abamnyama, so mina nga understand Minister Mayentshela ukuthi yenza 1 2 3. I can name the companies. I got, if unomuntu scheme security la, that thing was empowered by me. Maybe Mafugo, you will never know. I am smiling where I am. Final security, you call it final security la. Uku from Dlamini, Soweto. Yebo umtakama Dlamini lo ntombazana. I am empowered here. If motor yakho kidlula ngithi mina lapha. It is very nice to be proud of something which you have done good for other people. Singabe ni jealous nje madoda ngoba abanye niyalwa. Ngeke ngathola contract ye 1 month kwenye ndawo. Only 1 month. When I was there deploying my car, the guy who was taking him out, hey, ngamangala. No. Why do you come here? No, I'm being given this for 30 days, like you. Please, man. I ended up getting very much upset, but was wahamba luput. Next month, I'm appointed to go and take out top 10 there. You month to month, we are changing and you got deep on the Pirates, the Chiefs. Then, so what I'm trying to say here, guys, let us register my incubation. Let us do that particular exercise I have said. Should you have an incubation, you might manage to push someone a little bit forward. And I think that Andrew, he's seated there. Andrew is running a communication company. Me and that man, we know each other well. I was from the SNTF, if I'm not mistaken, where Andrew was having a party. I was a pedestrian. But I think he is the one who did incubation first before we registered it. He was giving us the communication radios without a cent. Going far as Rustenburg, Limpopo, KZN, Africa Fitted Bababantu. It took 10 ingeko. It took 4 to 5 months before him, but even today he's happy when he sees me. Andrew, you put your own personal information. We will talk when you come. The top 10 now is looking for you again to go and back to KZN and go install, because we got a nice contract there.
No. But if I may ask, I think people are sitting here in awe of what you've achieved and the people that you've empowered, but we're still looking for money, aren't we? How are you saving money? Can you tell us about that? Because we want to know. Who wants to know? Like, I want to know how you're saving money. Like, take us through that.
Now, first of all, it wasn't easy. I even approached ITC. I applied the 10 million ITC and we were only given 2.5 million to execute this incubation thing. Yes, of course, they empowered us, but I, as an individual, I kept my reserves for me. Because remember, when you do incubation, your company benefits so much. Your BEE, what do you call it? BE score rating. And again, your tax there by SARS is getting cut like no one's business.
Kanjani, Dlamini?
No, before you fund the bonuses, let's say let's say these are orphans. I'm making an example. I'm here to fund. nokupayela icheck 100,000. I have to declare the SARS with that money, the 100,000 it must be non-taxable because I used it to the society, I funded this thing. Incubation is exactly like that one. You declare the by SARS that, okay, the 30% I sponsored Lerato Security Company because I do have an accredited incubation certificate. You declare, right. And again, remember, the people from Sasita down there, they will send some moderator to come and send. There are some inspectors who will come and inspect in your company. What type of incubation have you done? They are running away for you to cheat because there is corruption in there. So that thing is exactly as you are funding even a football club. Imali yako is non-taxable there by the government.
So, Dlamini, if I may ask, and I want to be a little bit controversial with this one. So you say you established the incubation hub in 2014. So I am hoping that our colleagues are looking to answer this, like ask the same question. Like, are you able to quantify for us how much money you've saved since you've established the incubation? I mean, are we talking in the 10 rands, in the thousands, in the millions? Like, everybody wants to know, guys.
You mean the money which I saved?
Yes.
Unfortunately, it will be difficult for me to answer that. I'm not a bookkeeper, but what I can assure you is that these two companies, one company which I have already mentioned, if I have made 20,000, I think I saved at least 7,000. If I was about to pay 20,000, I saved 7,000. Maybe I paid 13,000 and so forth. So we have saved a lot, but only have figures. But
you see, guys, so I think during the networking session, if anybody is more insisting and, you know, we want to get that information, please meet up with Bob Dlamini and get that information. I think for my last question, Bob Dlamini, so I think people want to know what's the first step. So you said we register an incubation, we get it registered with Sasita. Then what? I mean, how do you then market yourself or positioning? How do you invite small businesses? What's your selling point?
Yeah, remember, you will be dealing with the people who do not have capacity, people who do not have money. I think your returns, you get your returning income through SARS, as I said before, and again, through helping. It's very nice to give than to be given. And first of all, you guys, you have to register. If you register, don't advertise because there will be a queue and you can't manage them. Identify yourself, or maybe 2 or 3 people, they might know you. When they approach you, evaluate them and say, okay, I will start with Lerato, and second, Bongani, third, that one. You do your things according to what you are having through your budget or according to the capacity. Some, they don't need money, they need equipment. Dlamini 20 contract apangina motive in a yacht. The embroidery. If you do have money, I'm in P 200,000, then take the 100,000, go and buy him that car. Now, with a scholar to qualify. So you pay 7, maybe 3,000 cheap as a mod. Something like those ones. And if you have registered, have a good eyesight to identify those who are in need. Singabona la emcimbini efana nalo, ngaba umuntu omazi wafunda naye, ngaba ngumakhelwane, ngaba umuntu elidibana enkonzweni, na uzotshela omunye, because I'm avoiding ngenga-announcer tomorrow lapha e-Orange Farm, there is a radio station radio there. I think every day I had 100 people above in my office looking for different aid, and it's very difficult. So I think if you do it in a professional way, and remember, if I help you now, tomorrow tell the director, the director tells that one, it goes like that. But seriously, it's a very good exercise which all of us guys, if you were me, let us do it in order to grow other people. It's very difficult. Our youth nowadays, youth banama company abazda abakhona. Mina ku-incubation yami ba comrade 90% intila nge-youth nabantu benginabo emzabalazweni kuphela. Kodwa ngisho ukuthi phela likhethe ukuthi udirector bengenaye suyamshiya ngapharisha ingane yakhe. Ayiswaregister ama-incubation mangakayiregister umsize umuntu write him a check, or if you do a transfer, I record a bank ukuthi you gave Dlamini 55,000 for him to buy OP books. Your accountant is supposed to be very accurate. That man when I declare no le yasebenza lokho, then uzobona siyohamba kahle emhlabeni sisa kuna problem.
Attendees ki kopa le ntshendi phone le na le di smartphone a re ntse ntshang calculator mo re calculate ka re ba Dlamini o gana ka ditaba a re o re ka 20,000 if a patetse 20,000 ba tlo mo taxa ka 13,000 go sala 7,000 a re calculating gore ha o ntsha 1 million mo o save bokae.
You save almost 300,000.
So we're looking at 30% saving. So if already at the moment you're paying 1 million in taxes, so next year after you've registered your incubation hub, this is 700,000. I hope my math is correct.
It's quite correct.
Okay, as calculating the good Dlamini unamali khona sizomropa ke. Ngiyadlalela Dlamini ngibonga kakhulu. Colleagues, thank you so much, and I think Dlamini will be available for networking. I would like to hand over to Sis K, and thank you so much for your time. Thank you very much.
Can I request to be put back